Welcome back to the Aussie Prepper channel and welcome to 2025. It looks like we've all made it. Everyone that's watching, we're here in 2025. So let's make 2025 the best year of your life. And here's 10 tips that will help you to do so. And right at the end of the video, I will give you a bonus tip that might just set you up for the future. Now, if you don't like my tips or suggestions, completely ignore anything that I say and go on with your life as you have been for the last whatever years you've been alive for. But do keep in mind that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different outcome. Tip number 1, stop eating processed garbage. Reduce your intake of rubbish. Pretty much do not eat anything that comes in the box or that is wrapped up with a nutritional label on the outside. And just this one thing will make a big difference to your health. Increase your intake of fresh water and keep yourself hydrated. Personally, what I do is to start the day, you have a big glass of water first thing after you get up. There's also studies out there that suggest if you drink a big glass of water in the morning, it greatly reduces your chance of having a stroke or heart attack. A lot of these can be brought on by dehydration. Tip number 3, get 8 hours of good quality sleep every night. The best way to do it is to set yourself a bedtime and a getting up time. Now, depending on what you do for work, you might have to be up at a certain time, so work backwards from there and figure out what time you have to go to bed to get those 8 hours of quality sleep in. Tip number 4, lift weights 3 to 4 times a week for 30 minutes. That's all you need. We're not here to become bodybuilding world champions and to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. You're just doing it to keep yourself in shape and keep your muscle tone up and increase your health, basically. Doing anything in excess is not necessarily good for you. Just because training 3 times or 4 times a week for 30 or 40 minutes will give you great benefits, training 5 days a week for 2 hours is not going to multiply those benefits. It might actually set you back. Look, you might grow bigger muscles, but at the same time, you're doing damage to your body. Excessive exercise is never a good thing. You gotta exercise enough to keep yourself in shape, but not excessively. You don't need to run marathons every day. You don't need to lift 300 kilos. But I'll leave it up to you. You figure it out yourself. Lift weights 3 to 4 times a week and 10,000 steps a day of walking. That doesn't mean you have to go for a walk. It means you need to be alive. You need to walk around during the day. And if you only do 4,000 steps in the day, well, then you might have to go for a walk to bring that up to those 10,000 steps. I use one of these to count my steps and I get my 10,000 steps in every day. Number 5, start a side hustle. Get out there and start some sort of side hustle in 2025 that will generate you some income. And that could be anything. Maybe go out and mow lawns. Maybe go out and do some gardening. Maybe go out and do some handyman work. Be a personal trainer. Help people out with computer problems, like become a computer consultant part-time. What you do really depends on your own personal skill levels. If you're handy with your hands, like I said, mow lawns, be a handyman, do some fencing, do anything to help people out that will generate some sort of income, some sort of service that you can charge for. If you're more intellectually minded, maybe you can tutor kids, maybe you can be a computer consultant, maybe you can edit YouTube videos, maybe you can be a photographer part-time. Okay, these are all options. You think about it. You need to work it out. You do it. It's your life. Get yourself some sort of side hustle that will generate some sort of income that may help you in the future. Maybe one day you'll be able to quit your job and your side hustle will become your main income. Number 6, learn a new skill. Go out and learn a new skill. Do something. Maybe if it's something you want to practice at home, maybe you want to study something, maybe you want to learn about whatever it might be, maybe you want to learn how to fix your car, maybe you want to learn some panel beating skills, maybe you want to get a boat license, a bike license, a truck license, learn how to fish, get a hunting license and learn how to hunt, learn how to reload ammunition, take up a sport, take up kickboxing, take up self-defense, whatever it might be, something that you've wanted to do a self-defense course, whatever it is that you've always wanted to do, this year, go out and do it. Don't think about it, go out and do it. Learn a new skill. Tip number 7, start a vegetable garden. Grow some vegetables, grow some of your own vegetables. And this goes back to point 1, stop eating processed garbage. You can grow tomatoes, asparagus, capsicum, chilies, whatever you want, carrots, potatoes. You can grow all those at home. You don't need a lot of space. You can even grow a lot of this stuff in pots if you're in a unit. If you're in a unit, you've got a balcony, get yourself some pots, some planter pots, some vegetable growing pots, and grow some vegetables. Even if you're on a small block of land in the city, you'd be surprised how many vegetables you can grow on your own land at home, and also how much money this will save. Some of those vegetables are quite expensive. So if you can grow these at home, you're saving yourself a lot of money. You know you're eating healthy stuff that you've grown yourself rather than stuff that came in a box that you bought at the store. Grow your own vegetables. Off you go. Number 8, reduce screen time. Stop scrolling on your phone. Stop scrolling on your iPad. Stop sitting in front of the TV just watching absolute rubbish, wasting hours of your life. That time could be spent in the gym. That time could be spent learning a new skill. Do not sit there scrolling on YouTube all night, watching YouTube videos, unless you're watching Aussie Prepper. Of course, that is essential viewing, and you should put time aside to watch these videos that I release, and also share those videos far and wide so other people can learn these things, and as the community will grow bigger. But overall, reduce that screen time, stop watching hours of TV, use that time more productively. You'd be amazed if you have a look how much time you spend looking at your phone, looking at your iPad and watching TV, how many hours a week you are wasting that could be spent doing so much better things. You could be earning a whole nother income in that time that you're wasting just watching TV. Now here's the big one for me. I love having a drink. I love having a cold beer or can of bourbon or can of rum, but let's reduce alcohol intake. And look, if you can, get rid of it altogether. If you can live without drinking any alcohol, even better. But I just really enjoy my time when I have a beer or a bourbon or a rum. But if you can eliminate it altogether, you're better off to do so. But look, I still like to have a drink occasionally. Number 10, find ways to make yourself less dependent on the system. And some of the earlier points are working towards that. So start a side hustle. Makes you less dependent on the system of having to get up and going to a job and going to work. Growing your own vegetables, starting a vegetable garden, helps you to become independent of the system where the grocery stores will sell you your produce. All of a sudden you're producing your own produce. So think of ways to become independent from the system. It could be something like putting solar on your house. If you own the property, get solar. Solar will make you less dependent on the energy suppliers. So you're generating your own electricity. Get a water tank. It makes you less dependent on a third party providing you with water. You'll have your own water. I've got my own water. I have had my own water for over 10 years. I have not needed to pay any water rates or water bills. I've got my own water tanks. I'm completely independent from the water and the sewage system. I've got my own sewage system at home on my property. I've also got solar. So these are things I've been working on for the past 15 years to make myself more independent. I could, in theory, disconnect myself from the grid completely and I would be fine. I would still have electricity, I would still have running water, I will still have heating, I will still have sewerage. You wouldn't even know. So if the system goes down, I'll be fine. I'll still have my fridge running, I've still got my lights working, everything will be just fine. So start working on making yourself independent from the system. And I will be making videos about a lot of this stuff as time goes on to teach you how to become more independent, because I've already done it. I'm here. I can talk with authority because I have already done it. I am independent from the system. I am generating my own electricity. I am using my own water. Now, bonus tip number 11. Invest $50 a week away from something. Save $50 every week. If you can afford more, do more. I've got a permanent direct debit set up that takes $50 out of my bank account every Monday morning and invests that money. I've only been doing that for 2 years. I was just doing your normal saving stuff and all that sort of stuff, which I'm still doing, but I've actually got a direct debit set up. $50 comes out every Monday and it gets invested. Now I've been doing that for 2.5 years and I'm just about to hit $30,000 in my investment account that has been invested in crypto and stocks. So work out how much $50 a week for 2.5 years is, and then you can work out how much money I've made by investing this money long term. I just invest it and I don't touch it. I'm not trading, I'm not buying and selling stuff. I'm just taking $50 and investing it every week. I can do another video about that sort of stuff. I'm not an expert, but I've done quite well for myself with those $50. Now, if you're still watching this video and you are interested in my $50 investment strategy, that's made me quite a bit of money over the last 2 years. And look, I'm sure most people can afford $50. I know there's going to be some people screaming at the TV going, oh, I wish I had $50. Well, start that side hustle, get the $50 and then invest the $50. It almost takes zero effort to make $50 on your side hustle. All you need to do is see if one of your neighbours wants you to mow their lawn once a week, and there's $50. It's not that hard. Now, if you have any tips yourself that have helped you to become more successful, that have helped you to grow as a person, get you more healthy, get you more money, get you more independent, leave those tips down below, because other people might be interested in those tips and we're all here to learn. Now, if you enjoyed today's video, do me a favour, give me a big thumbs up and don't forget to smash that subscribe button for more videos from Aussie Prepper. Thanks for watching and bye for now.